Hello, hello, welcome, welcome. Good morning, happy Monday to you. My name is Kayla Naturalby. I'm the founder of the Beebody Marketplace, and thank you for joining us. This is Monday, top of the week, everyone's favorite day, right? So we want to switch it up, and we want to start the week positive. Usually Mondays are kind of a drag for some people, and we get that. Busy weekend, for parents, there's so many things that you have to do to prepare for your week, get your kids ready, and then when you finally get downtime, usually maybe like Sunday, that's when Monday comes and you're back up again. So we want to encourage you and send some energy out your way in the Beebody Marketplace. I am joined by Rochelle. She is such a gem and adds so much to a positive space. So I couldn't do Motivation Mondays without her. And I want to let you know that a great way to start anything that you do, any kind of movement, any kind of activity, any kind of kickoff to your day or your week would be with hydration. So I brought my alkaline water today. And I got this from TJ Maxx for about $7. You can alkaline your water with anything. You can alkaline it with fruit. You can alkaline it with cucumbers. You can alkaline it with whatever it is that you need to add that extra to your water and get the blood flowing, get the oxygen flowing and circulating. And so I'll have my glass right here with you. So I've got lemon and limon in Spanish, which is the same, but it's lime. And with this infuser, you can serve this room temperature, which is actually better for your body than cold water, or you can store it in your refrigerator. So why is it important to hydrate when you rise? It's important to hydrate when you rise because your body's usually heated. Your body's usually got so much going on throughout the night. You're resting. You're kind of going into hibernation mode, sort of like a bear. And then when you wake up, there you are. So hydrating is first and foremost. And I think that Rochelle's got some water too. She's going to hydrate with us. Let's bring Rochelle on.
Hello.
Hello. Welcome. Good morning.
Grand rising, everybody.
How are you, Rochelle?
I am grateful. I'm very, very grateful for life and the ability to make choices about my body and how I treat my body and how I treat myself. It's just kind of filling me with gratitude this morning. It was a choice to wake up today, to commit to being motivated today. So I'm grateful for the choice that I get to make every day to rise up and be whatever I want to be for that day. So that's where I'm at today.
That's awesome. I like that. It wasn't the typical, I'm fine, I'm good, I'm well, how are you? She really took the time to answer honestly and answer wholly. And so that's what Motivation Mondays are all about, giving ourselves permission to show up as we are on a Monday, be it maybe a little grumpy and groggy, or hey, grateful, joyful. And so with practice, we can get better at being more honest and being more open. And I think honesty and openness will help us to really set whatever it is of an intention that we have for the week. And I think we also have Naika with us too. I saw her hydrating as well. So let's bring her on. Naika!
Hey, can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear and see you.
Awesome. Hi, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too, Naika.
Yes, I've got two amazing sisters in wellness here on a Motivation Monday to share with us. Naika, tell us where you're coming from and tell us a little bit about you. This is Naika's first time on Motivation Mondays.
Yeah, I am in St. Petersburg, Florida, and it was just raining a lot. Like my, so I was like, oh, okay. And so my internet was a bit spotty, but thankfully I'm here. I'm on. It's okay. Um, but what was the other question?
Yes,
Oh, tell us
tell
about
us
yourself.
about yourself. Yeah.
Well, I think the best answer now is I that's a very good question. Honestly, I've been morphing so much the past few months, but I think the best thing to say about myself is that I'm here really to give to people, to serve in that way. Um, and my calling is birth work. And my journey has led me here, bringing forth, healing from modalities from massage therapy or energy work like Reiki or pranic healing, or even working as a nurse. Um, I'm just learning how to give, but also to myself. And I've been giving time, literally, or receiving time, because it's always here, but for myself, because I was giving from a very empty bucket. So I don't even know how we do that if it's empty or close to empty. So I'm refueling and I'm feeling very blessed. Kind of like, do you pronounce your name Rochelle or
Mhm.
Rochelle?
Yeah.
I'm feeling very grateful today. Um, I think one last thing I'll say is I'm a person who purposefully goes through the storm so that I can help others too. Like I go there first so then I can help. Um, so that to show that we can. And I feel more embodied in that truth more than ever and grateful for that role.
That's amazing. As you were talking, it reminded me about just going through the storm isn't really comfortable because it's not normal. Like I somebody showed me this activity when you like clasp your hands, which thumb goes over first,
Mm.
and like if you do the opposite one, it feels like weird. It's like that's kind of like odd. It's like, and so that's kind of like what it reminds me of what you just said when, choosing to experience challenging things like is a little uncomfortable, but it doesn't mean it's not helpful. It's or a new way of seeing things, just like you said, so that you could serve others and kind of give a new perspective about like the situation that you might be experiencing.
Exactly.
It's a gift.
I'm
In
wearing
the moment,
that.
it doesn't feel like it, but it definitely is.
Yeah. Thank you.
Oh, lovely. Lovely. So I'm hearing breaking through limitations. We talked about that last Motivation Monday with Rochelle, right? We talked about breaking through the unfamiliar and ceilings and how we see things in the physical also resembles how we are internalizing things in the metaphysical. They really are the same. And so the way that Naika is spoken about putting herself in the storm, I just hear risks. She's a risk taker. And, top of the week is sort of like a risk. You don't know what the week is going to bring. It's not last week, it's not yesterday. And Mondays can be kind of funky for some people because we anticipate, okay, should I be super organized and super planned and have everything out, or should I just go for it? So to just immerse myself and be present and be willing to trust myself that I will know how to respond. I will know how to show up. And so you mentioned giving from an empty place. Like I dare to say we have far more than we even think. So that's where that giving comes from. But it's the way that we're giving that makes us feel left empty after it all. So hopefully we can fill up today with some affirmations and a little bit of movement. Um, Before we lose Michelle, I don't want to lose her before we get a chance to do that. So there's no rhyme or reason to this. It's really what comes from your heart. So Naika, I'm going to challenge you to lead us in saying words of affirmation today. And we will just simply repeat them after you. So for those of you who are joining us here and now, or maybe later when you watch the recording, you want to find yourself in a nice, comfortable place. Could be on the floor, could be a chair, could be where you are, and relax into your body. Drop your breath. You can soften your gaze and just take in this moment and be fully present. Everything that we have to share here is good. And Naika,
Okay. I am whole.
I am whole.
I am unique.
I am unique.
I am precious.
I am precious.
I am loved.
I am loved.
I know who I am,
I know who I am.
and I love who I am.
And I love who I am.
I am free,
I am free.
and I can see
And I can see
where I'm going.
where I'm going.
I am complete.
I am complete.
I am ever evolving
Ever evolving
and ever expanding.
and ever expanding.
I know who I am.
I know who I am.
I love who I am.
I love who I am.
I be who I am.
I be who I am.
let's go ahead and go to belly circles with that and just let that continue to resonate. Deep, heavy sigh off the breath. Feel the heaviness in the weight of your head. You usually pull at the top of the neck, breathe through. And go the other way. Deepening the breath. So, and open your palms, the backs of the hands, draw out behind you. Just reaching as far as it can. With that expansion that I spoke of, feeling that entire movement, let the middle finger touch and feel the top of your head floating up. Don't control the head. Deepen your breath in as you move the fingertips out and then reach to either side. Just letting those energetic forces take you and you go along with them. Inviting the goodness of that affirmation into your being, into your life, into your being. Deepen your breath, feeling the coolness of every inhale and the heat and the warmth of every exhale. Well, let's create this short diamond on legs or long diamond surface. We're going to take that one and fold it over our legs. Take another inhale and just bring your fingertips in towards the heart and then moving up and in together. Exhale, open. Dropping your head and the weight of the body is to come back into. Taking this moment to connect. And then one more, drawing the fingertips into the heart, bringing the knees in. Seeing with your eyes, see that finger. See those fingers. See it all the way up to the top of your body. And just shake the legs out. Good. So I believe that sound has a lot of power. And I think this is a great exercise to do as we prepare for Monday when we're getting on calls and Zooms and meeting with people to just create sound. You know, we've, as adults, we've conditioned ourselves so much. We know the words. We have an idea of their meanings. But let's just focus on the sound. So we're going to run down each and every vowel and also kind of emphasize each and every consonant. So start with O. And this is a good exercise to do with your hand either on your heart or your diaphragm. And you're going to just take an inhale in. And on your exhale, you're going to say, ooh. Just let the sound out. Ready? Inhale. Exhale. Good. Now we have O. Same thing. Deep breath. Sending the sound out. Oh. Good. Let's go to Ah. Inhale. Exhale. Ah. Good. Let's bring our hands to our ribs, the side of our ribs, and we're going to go to the A sound. Inhale. Expanding. Exhale. Yay. Let's go Ah. Inhale. Ah. Good. Very nice. Let's bring our hands to our kidneys in the back. Let's go to E with the E sound. Here we go. Inhale. Exhale. Let's do E again. Inhale. Exhale. Good. Now let's go to E. And when you say E, really smile and bring the cheeks high to the ear. Okay, here we go. Inhale. Exhale. E. Good. And relax. And now let's just swish. Just swish them out. Good. Let's smack the lips. Let's go to the P. Yeah, Naika's already doing it. And then let's just
That one.
and then just pop bubbles. Take inhale, exhale. Good. And then there's massage the cheeks, massage the temples. Oh, ready for the day.
What came to me, I
Mm-hmm.
don't know, was the importance. Like, I was feeling like a child in such a good way. Like, sound, when I was a child, freedom to just make sounds, to, like, be free. And as I got older, that society, whatever, the permission to speak and to use my voice in ways that maybe are like different to others kind of goes away. So I liked that because it's playful, I felt playful doing those sounds. That was healing to me. Yeah.
Yes. I'll share for me, it's all about conditioning. As I got up in age, my environment changed. And I was surrounded by people who were oh, I can't start my day until I get my coffee. Have you had your coffee? And then I was like, wait a minute, I don't even like coffee. Why do I feel the need to fall into the familiar that works for others? Let me find something that works for me. So, what brought me joy is actually believing the words that I was saying. I didn't want to say good morning unless I felt it. Is it a good morning? Where does that need to come from? Maybe it needs to come from a place of joy. And so, facial exercises is something that actors do, um, dancers do, um, and this as a coach, Rochelle. Sometimes we got to get our kids. We got to get them pumped a bit. So for ourselves, we can do that same thing, and we hold so much tension in the jaw.
Mhm.
And a part of the condition is, oh, that's silly. I'm not doing that. Oh, I don't want people to see me do it. Oh, that's not a.
I sound weird.
That sounds weird. That looks weird. Why are they doing that? But really, all of that hesitation and speculation keeps you boxed, keeps you closed, keeps you stuck, keeps you dry, keeps you in fear. And so all of this helps us to break out of the familiar. And it also feels good, at least for me. I don't know, Hanaika, how did you feel?
It felt so good, especially I could feel the vibration, like as we were saying, like the different letters and touching our body parts, especially the kidneys. I'm just curious, like, did those sounds correlate specifically on purpose for a healing reason to those body parts? Because I could feel like stuff like rippling on my kidneys, like, "Ugh," and it was like, yes, thank you. And I was like, you're welcome. It felt really good. For me, it was beyond the pop 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 was more playful for me, but the sound and the touching part felt more literal. Like we're shaking things up, or we're expanding. Like it felt very like, healing, like literally.
That's why, yeah, I felt that too.
Yeah.
And our words, I think that is also the power of our words and our voice to like literally heal ourselves. Like it's not like physically, you might not be able to understand it, but the vibrations and the words in our voices, we're so powerful, you know? And I felt that too, Naika. Like
Mhm.
when I brought that intention, like the thought was like, I'm healing myself, so I'm just gonna
Mhm.
keep going with it. So that's what I'm doing right now, That was beautiful.
Yeah. So I learned in the breath work that for boxers, when they hit, they go for, if you ever notice, they always swing. They go for the back of the person's body because
Mhm.
is where is the KO place. So the lungs is just the driver. That's just the generator of oxygen to make sure it flows. But it's not supposed to just rest here. It's supposed to go all through the body. And when you touch the kidneys, then you're really tapping into the power.
Mhm.
So the vibration that you felt in the sound and also with the breath does connect to the kidneys or should connect to the kidneys. And you can tell this when you've had long days and you start to get back pain, then you start kind of sounding like this and your words start dragging and everything. It's because the oxygen isn't reaching the whole body. It's kind of stuck somewhere. So that exercise is really, really helpful to anyone. If you feel like you need a second wind, or maybe you have commitments um, in the evening time and maybe your energy's kind of lagging, use that to get you back up and going.
Thank you.
Yeah.
It's connected very much to like Chinese medicine, like where our power chi is, like a lot of it is in our kidney, like this area. Yeah.
Yes, yes, yes. So I know, Rochelle, you have to go for sake of time, but thank you so much for joining us. And I love your shirt, Happy Thoughts.
Yes, I love it too. Ross, you know Ross, yeah, or Marshalls, Ross, TJ Maxx, kind of the quick grabs. I love work. I mean, I can share. I did I don't even say it was a experiment, but it was I wrote sticker affirmations all over my body and shared words with community members and people out on the weekend, and it was so healing, and just reminded me the importance of exchanging energy with people, speaking life with people, knowing that we're connected. Like in conversations, they were like, "Oh, I don't want to take it from you," and it was like it wasn't a taking; it was like an exchanging. Like I'm still with you, and you're still with me. Like we both can match that energy, and so I really words are just so powerful. And Motivation Mondays just are a great space to empower us to just go into our days. So thank you, as always, for having the space and everyone watching. Like motivate yourself. You know, like you don't have to wait for us to motivate you, but you get to free yourself and heal yourself um, from the inside out. And we're just tools, right? Like we're just vessels and vehicles to like create spaces for you to do that.
It's beautiful. I would love to hear more next week
Yes.
about how you came to that and some of the affirmations that you shared. And I just can't wait. So
Yeah.
thank you, Rochelle.
Okay. Bye, Naika. Bye, everybody.
Hi, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
Love you, love you. Yes. So we are here, my sister. We can stay here for as long as you like, or we can depart. But I'm so happy to have you, and I've been peeking at that piece of art back there.
Oh, here. I don't know if you can. Yeah.
Wow, she's amazing.
Yeah, I painted her years ago. Yeah, I think that was my first um, time I actually had the courage to use oil paint and like create something and do it. Because I kept saying, I don't know how technically, like I didn't go to a class, da, da, da. And I was like, Nika, A, YouTube, B, you know how to create. And I did it. I did it. And my dad was like, you don't do this. You don't, because he's an artist. And I was like, you don't tell me how to create art. You don't tell me what I can and can't do. And I was so liberating. So it's one of my favorite pieces. And I'm starting to get back into creating more.
So it's in you.
Yeah, it's in me. It's in all of us. It's bushasha. When we're like, you can't do this, you can't, like, says who? Another conditioning. Says who?
Mhm.
Says nobody. So,
And even if they say it, that doesn't mean that it's true.
and that's what I mean. It's like from whence, where does that come from where they say no? Is it from truth? I don't think so. Especially if it makes it feel, if it makes us feel small and constricted or at odds with ourselves, then I know it's not true or it needs to be questioned at the very least. So, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's amazing.
Yeah, I love her very much. I really don't know who she is yet, but I do love that painting. I do.
Well, I'm a fan of Frida Kahlo. She kind of gives me Frida's long distance cousin in Guadeloupe or something.
Mm, could be. Yeah,
You
could
know?
be. I'll take it.
Yes, yes,
I'll
yes,
take it.
yes. So, how's the weather been down there in Florida?
It's been, it's been beautiful here. On the West Coast, it's just very different. So it's been pretty bright, pretty sunny. I think this week we're going to get some rain. I think we're in the rainy season now, slash hurricane season. So it's good though. It's a cycle. So we need the rain. Um, yeah, it's been beautiful. And so I think later on today, if it shines again, I'll go down to the water, and just be with her for a little bit. But it's been beautiful. How about where you are?
It's very temperamental. We got excited and thought that the weather was giving us summer. We had 90 days, we had 80 days. And so I was like, oh, okay, we're shaping up. And then it kind of got back to these cool fronts and these rains. I mean, the rains are good because we need it, but
Yes.
I think the only people that's having fun with the weather right now are the cicadas.
I know. I was there on Saturday. I don't think I told you, I flew on Saturday to get my cats and drive them down because I'm not allowed to travel. One person isn't allowed to travel with two animals, which is crazy, but it's a whole thing. But it was, yes. But I heard them, I saw them, I got hit by them, I got crawled on by them. Um, yeah, we have some here too, but it's not the same like what's going on up there. So
Mm.
I'll leave them with y'all.
They are just, ah!
I know.
That's the best way I could describe it. Well, I'm so happy to see you and to have you here and to feel you. So, do you want to share any more about your birth work and where you are with that?
Right now, so literally just yesterday, I got the signal it's okay, like you're ready to serve again. I've taken a hiatus. I've like I energy healing, for example, I stopped maybe over a year ago. I was like, I can't do this. I don't even know why I'm doing it anymore. And then I was working as a massage therapist last year too before COVID hit, and that I stopped as well. And so I've been doing all kinds of work, research work, but and then working on my creating my business. But I took a break from that too, maybe 3 weeks now. Gonna be close to a month. And I said, I'm letting go. I need a break. I deserve a break. And it's not a break just for me. I literally feel all aspects of myself and including my ancestors, like we've been trotting, we've been running, we've been walking, we've been doing everything, and we are on empty. So let's just be and feel what it's like to just be in ourselves, like in myself and my energy, and just let things flow. And to me, honestly, that was the greatest leap. Not me leaving Maryland or Virginia, not me leaving my almost 2.5 year relationship slash I was engaged. That I realized in moving down here with all my stuff in my car, that wasn't the leap. The leap was letting go. The leap was saying, I know technically I don't have a job because I left it 2 weeks ago because I didn't like the way my boss was treating me. I am going to be okay. I'm going to let something come in so that I can come out. Like it's so that, that I realize has been the leap. And then it's like, The signal was like, you know what to do to serve humanity. You know how to do it. Birth work. And then my heart was just so happy. I am happy. And so starting today, I'm going to start just looking at different people I can work with, different birth workers, maybe midwives or doulas, but people I align with, because not all of us, think the same way when it comes to birth and how to support birthing people. So I'm going to be mindful as I search for people to partner with, so that we can change how people come into this world. Because I really do believe, and I feel it in my being, how we come into this world will shape and dictate how we live in it. And if we come, yeah,
Beautiful.
yeah,
How we come into this world and the nurturing and all of that affects how we, what did you say?
live in it.
Live in it, which is very different from what we've been taught, which is come in and change the world. Come in, be great, change the world. Come in, be great, and change the world. And then we wonder why people are so lost in their purpose. It's not always for us to start fixing things and turning knobs, because then there's so much pain that we take on ourselves and we're like, well, why isn't this working? I thought that I was supposed to come in the world and be great. I thought that I was supposed to be the next this, the next that. We have to stop that. We have to stop. I think that is a lot of pressure that we put on our children, and we don't. I was just talking about this with an amazing guru, yoga instructor, and this other lady about ego, parenting ego.
Mm,
Parents will have children to say, "Oh, these are my mini me's. Look, they look like me. They talk like me. They're going to be this. They're going to be that. I'm going to make sure that they had everything that I didn't have." Maybe that's not what your child is here for. Maybe your child is here to do something that is beyond the scope of anything you've ever been exposed to, anything you've ever seen. How can we create an environment for a person to be them, not see the world and pick who they want to be and emulate that and
mhm.
resemble that? Because then it's an unfair advantage that they have to, and this is not a word that I use often, but I would say fail at that because they were doing that and not doing them. So in your affirmation this morning, when you said, I be who I am, that's the part that's missing. We get really stuck in our head. We get really stuck in our ideals. We get really stuck in the things that are like out of our reach instead of being, just being. So sorry to interrupt you, but I just, as a doula, I appreciate those kinds of words, because it's also the pressure that moms end up putting on themselves too. Focusing too much on the outer world instead of tuning out, turning off, and coming into who you want to be as a mother, and then letting that translate, and father, and partner, and birthing person, and letting that translate into your life and into your child's.
No, exactly. And I think literally that starts with how the environment for bringing new life into the world. Because I think it starts a lot of times with control. The doctor or the people around us control or wanting to know every single thing that's going to happen. But it's a journey. In a way, it's mysterious. Literally, has formed into this body for 9 months. You expect to know and control every single thing when it's about to come out, instead of tuning inward and supporting the mom and the family to help her, who knowingly to bring out, the body knows to bring out the child or children. And all I know is that I don't think we need millions of studies done to think or to concur that the difference between a baby that would come out with a loving environment nice natural lighting, maybe, or no lighting, the mom at ease, no one's screaming at her or pulling and tugging and this and that and controlling. Can you imagine that coming into the world like that and not being cut off from oxygen so quickly? Because when we cut off and you know this, when you cut the umbilical cord so quickly, there's no oxygen. You're already trying to survive. You're not thriving. You're literally trying to survive. And so, can you imagine we didn't do all that stuff? And we came in, we just literally from the beginning were allowed to be. And I know we have examples of that, but I would love millions more examples of that. And that is what I'm here to help too. And it's very powerful. And to me, it's a very sacred work. And I'm listening. I'm fine. I'm listening, and it feels good to just feel like, okay, cool, got it. But now I have no. I mean, we'll see what becomes of it. But yeah. But I hear you. But yeah, the control. It's control. I mean, we've dealt with it. I'm sure with your parents too. I dealt with it with my parents. It's like, I thought you would be X, Y, and Z, or I thought you would have blah 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 blah. And it's like, and then we pit ourselves against that since we're children. At least for me, I totally took that in, and it's like that I was never enough. I can never be enough. I can't measure up. There's always something wrong. There's always something I could, and if I don't do what you want, I'm not at ease. And if I'm not at ease, but that's good because you're happy. And it's like, whoa. But someone told me, when you have the strength to face the constraints and paradigms of your parents, you've gotten really far. Because those are the people probably you want to please. Even if you say you don't care, probably a part of you still does. But when you get to that place where you really don't care, respectfully don't care, you've come far. Because it's very ingrained in us to want to please our parents or to be what they thought we should be, out of all kinds of reasons. But anyway.
Well, I'm so happy that we got to have this extended conversation. I've mentioned this to you before, but I'll share it here on this platform that the Beebody Marketplace will be creating or extending an index of, not an index, it's called an annex. Yeah, an annex for moms, whether you are preparing for birth. I have been working with one client in particular who's had past birth traumatic experiences and has not been able to successfully have a birth up until almost a year now, and now preparing to have her first child. To moms who are pregnant and preparing to give birth, needing support, needing a doula, needing a community, needing a network to ask questions and be, I wouldn't say prepared, but be supported. And postpartum, which is what I am. I'm a postpartum doula for the most neglected part of the birth experience that people don't even know, which is after your trimester. It's another whole trimester. It's another whole length of time, to really 6 months, that you recover and that you take care of yourself and you prepare to start to balance your other aspects of your life with your newborn and all of those things in your partner and your family. So in the Beebody Marketplace, we will be bringing that on. And I would love to have you be a part of that, Naika.
Oh, I'd love to. Yeah, I'd love to collaborate with you more. I would love to.
So,
Yay.
yay, yay. So thank you everyone for tuning in, for joining us this Monday. If you're not motivated by now, dig deep. but I hope that you are. We've shared so many beautiful things. And if this is new to you, let this be a start. And know that we are going to be here every Monday unless anything changes. I'll be sure to let you know. And continue to treat, support, and invigorate your human body.